Hello there everybody, and welcome to the first video with the 2020 Ford Fusion Hybrid Energy, which is the vehicle that I picked up about 2.5 days ago to replace my trusty old and soon to be retired Ford Crown Victoria. And surprisingly, this is a great vehicle. I was nervous about picking it up, and this is an initial review since I only put a couple hundred kilometers on it, but overall it is an excellent vehicle. Ride quality on it is superb. This is the plug-in hybrid model, and just like the Crown Vic, it has a reliable drivetrain. No, it might not be a V8, and I'll forever miss that sound, but it's got the reliable 4-cylinder, 2-liter Atkinson cycle engine that is also used on the Toyota Prius models, and also the same style of transmission, an electronic CVT, which is known to last for many hundreds of thousands of miles. Then that's why you see tons of Toyota taxis, Ford Fusion hybrids, and all that in the streets of New York City. So like I said, it's got a very dependable powertrain under the hood. The rest of the vehicle's a Ford, so we'll see about that. But overall, that seems to be great. Ride quality is great. Goes over bumps very, very smooth. And on the highway, which is a big difference compared to this guy back here, it is super quiet. There's hardly any to no road noise at all in these vehicles. It's quite the change, because with the Crown Vics, as I'm sure you guys all know, have next to no sound deadening, especially the later models, and especially the police models on top of it. I know my Crown Vic LX, which is also an '07, pretty much had no sound deadening, and it was very loud driving it down the highway. Don't get me wrong, like I said, I love the sound of the V8 in the road feeling, but in all sincerity, this rides excellent. Honestly, going over the bumps, it's pretty comparable to the Crown Vic. It kind of just floats over them. This is what you also call an old man car, just like a Crown Vic. It very much floats over the bumps, and to be honest, the ride quality, suspension-wise, is very similar. You're a little bit more isolated from the road, of course, being a newer vehicle naturally, so just kind of the way it is. But like I said, it's a very nice car. The seats, which was another thing I was very concerned about, are very comfortable. They're actually very soft. Now, the Crown Vic seats will always reign supreme, but there is tons of give here. They're actually very comfortable. Very comfortable to ride in. The interior, of course, you do feel a fair amount more cramped than a Crown Vic, of course, and especially with all the safety features and stuff nowadays. The A-pillars and all the pillars and stuff are a heck of a lot more thicker, so unlike the Vic, at least this can take a T-bone in an accident, and you're safe. But like I said, it's really comparing apples to oranges between these two cars. This is a hybrid. It's 13 years newer on top of it, and the Crown Vic will always be an amazing car, that's for sure. I will miss it, don't get me wrong, but may not miss it as much as I thought I would. But overall, like I said, this is an excellent replacement vehicle. The good and the bad news is, so this is a plug-in hybrid model, so that means when it's fully charged, it can get anywhere between 30 to 40 kilometers depending on your driving, which for me, that pretty much covers most of it. I wouldn't drive it on electric on the highway because the motor's just too small for that. I've used the gas engine and just use regular hybrid mode for that. So the good and the bad thing is, this vehicle, along with the 2019 and 2020 Ford Fusion Energies, are under recall. You're technically not supposed to really charge it until Ford replaces the battery packs, either at the end of this year or sometime beginning of next year. And legally, on top of that, they have to put another 8-year warranty on it. So at the end of the day, it's kind of like getting a new car without having to pay a new car price, because once they get a new battery pack in this puppy, she's got another 8-year warranty attached to it, and the rest of the hybrid powertrain still has a 4-year warranty on it. So that's pretty good if you ask me. Like I said, that's kind of a no-brainer. Cost to own, even with the purchase, I ran a bunch of spreadsheets. I compared my current Crown Vic, which, let's be honest, isn't going to make it another 8 years, to a internal combustion engine Camry, a used Camry hybrid, a new Camry hybrid, and also the Ford Fusion Energies. So in total, and consider gas is usually a little over $7 a gallon here in Canada, Nova Scotia now, plus or minus 20 cents. The gas savings on this in hybrid mode alone gets 42 miles per gallon, compared to the 17 I was getting on that. Sometimes 18, if you take it on the highway, maybe 20, but with the gas tank and whatnot, it doesn't even get that anymore. So I'm tripling my fuel economy. So really I'm saving a lot of money there. Needs less maintenance because it is a hybrid actually. And like I said, I'm going to get a free battery pack, so I won't even have to worry about that for as long as I own the vehicle. And even if I keep it 10 years, it'll still be fine. And like I said, because it'll be warranted for 8. Less oil changes and stuff like that. There's no starter to worry about, and no alternator to worry about, so that stuff's gone. I'm sure I'll have the odd expense just from it being a more electronically complicated car than what the Crown Vic is, so I'm not blind to that. But overall, like I said, guys, it's honestly a great car. I thought I was going to have regrets getting it. I was nervous getting it just because, like I said, I've driven nothing but Panthers for the last 10 years, but I really do not have any regrets, at least so far, knock on wood, picking this car up. It rides great. There's still, like I said, it is smaller on the inside, and it's going to take me some getting used to. I'm about 5'8", so I fit all right, but I think if you were like a 6'2", maybe not the car for you. Hard to say, but like I said, the seats are very soft, at least the front ones. The back ones, the back side's a little bit harder because they were meant to be fold-down seats, but the cushioning is still good. Like I said, Crown Vic seats are always going to reign supreme, so there's no comparing to them, but overall it's still a very cushy car. The only big downside with it being a hybrid Energi, so the Energi has a bigger, I always got to struggle to find the button here, I'm not used to it yet. It has a smaller trunk being the hybrid Energi, so the hybrid battery would stop about here and go down. So this, you lose about half your trunk. So compared to the Crown Vic, it is a much, much, much smaller trunk. But for everything that I need it for, it does the job. I mean, it'll carry a big suitcase, and then worst comes to worst, you can always put an extra one in the back if you need it. There's the old SEL plug-in hybrid. So like I said, really no complaints about the car. It's got 55,000 miles on it, or 91,000 kilometers. It's exactly half of what I get on the Crown Vic, actually, or just a hairline less. It says if I was to charge the car, because the recall, Ford didn't disable the charging on this one yet because it hasn't made it to a dealer. It says if I were to charge it, it would get 37 kilometers on a charge on this, and in the Fusion Hybrid Energies, it is a 9 kilowatt hour battery. So really, gas or electricity price here is 22 cents a kilowatt hour, give or take. I mean, less overnight. So if you were to charge it and drive it on gas, or drive it on electric only, you're saving a ton compared to what the actual gas price would be. If you were just to drive this on EV only for the year, it'd be about, for 15,000 kilometers, be about $600 to $650 a year. Driving it on gas only, even at 42 miles per gallon at $2 a liter, it's about 15 to 1600. So like I said, even with this being such an efficient car, driving it on electric is the cheaper route to go. I never thought I'd own a plug-in hybrid because I was like, electric cars are kind of dumb, but here I am. Or I shouldn't say they're dumb, they have their place, but here I am, I own one. But like I said, big part of the reason why I bought it actually is because it's under recall and it's going to get a new battery. So it's something I'm just not going to have to worry about like you do with most used hybrids. Used hybrids or plug-in hybrids. I'm going to have a brand new battery come sometime next year. So that takes care of the big problem on any used hybrid or plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. So kind of excited. I do love the front end design on these actually, and especially the turn signal. Let me see if I can get it to do it here. By hitting the lock button, it shines up that nice orange in the front, and the turn signal is very nice. So they are a very decent looking car. Like I said, I'll forever ever miss the Crown Vic. I know the day it drives in my driveway, which I'm probably gonna, it's sagging a little bit because it's parked on an angle. Don't worry, the suspension's fine that way. I will miss the Crown Vic. I got her cleaned up really well last night for probably what'll be one of her last times. Got the inside cleaned out, the outside cleaned up. It's got a couple little pine needles on it from last night, but this could be one of the last times that the Crown Vic makes an appearance in the video, which is sad. And like I said, I really do appreciate how much you guys have followed the Crown Vic over the years, whether it's been my Grand Marquis, the Silver Crown Vic, and I think I got a much bigger following by having the P71. There you go, you can see it's all cleaned up on the inside. She's ready to roll for whoever wants to buy it next. I have someone that wants to look at it that works for me, so I'm going to give them first dibs, and then if they don't want it, then I will post it on Marketplace, and away she goes. Not sure what I'm going to post it for 100% yet, even though it's got a few issues. I'm still thinking anywhere from 35 to 4,000 and see how that goes from there. Just for the fact you can't really find them anymore. People are willing to pay a little bit more, even if they need some work. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching another video. Like I said, it'll be a sad day when this goes, as I'm sure you will all be a bit sad as well, especially with all the videos, the couple wide open throttle videos, the driving videos, and just the updates I've given you guys over the years. It's been fun. It's going to be a little harder to give updates on the Ford Fusion, I guess, because it's a more plain Jane car, but it's been a great time. I really love the Crown Vic. Like I said, just every car hits that time when it's time to go, and that is the time that I'm at with the Ford Crown Victoria. I will say on the Fusion, I'll pick up some steel rims, and I kept the center cats from the Crown Vic, so I'll put those on for winter driving, but I'll probably keep the alloys for the summer. Got to keep one little piece of the Crown Vic with me, and I'd say the center cats are pretty iconic, so I'll sell this with the wheel covers, and whoever buys it next, they can get their own set of center caps, because I'm going to keep them, and that's how I'll remember the old Crown Vic. Alright guys, thank you so much, and see you all for the next video.